Hello, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is I've Got Guts, a podcast about living and thriving with chronic illness.
And all the things that take guts to say out loud.
We're here to talk about the hard stuff, the stuff that's messy, complicated, and often left unsaid.
From chronic illness to everyday life, we're creating space for honest conversations, real connection, and a lot of laughs along the way.
And just so we're clear, we are not medical professionals. We're just two best friends sharing what we've learned and what we're still figuring out.
So you don't have to do it alone.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh, and you know what?
What?
Today's a holiday. For those of us in America, it's a holiday.
I love it.
No work today.
3-day weekend. I know. I
Weekend.
literally was just talking to Sean because he said I disturbed his sleep this morning. And I'm like, I'm sorry. This is what happened. I'm like, but don't worry. You could sleep in tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then he's like, I have to work tomorrow. I'm like, whoopsies. Forgot that.
Not a holiday for Sean.
Perks for being a teacher.
For sure.
All right, let's get into our thorns and roses today.
All right. You got a good thorn for us? You want me to start?
I honestly feel like I want to start with my rose.
Okay.
Can I start with my rose
Start
today?
with your
I just
rose.
want to start with my rose. So my rose is that my brother came into town and to visit, and we haven't seen him in a while because it's tricky, to balance work and getting out here. And we went to the New York Ranger game. The Rangers played the Sabres on Thursday night, and we went to that game. He flew into Buffalo. We had the best time. The Rangers won 4-0. It was wild. And my favorite part of the entire experience of the Ranger game is Wabi, my mother, we call her Wabi, got a lap dance from the saber-toothed tiger.
When you texted me that, I was like, please tell me you got this on video. Which you didn't.
Okay, listen, we were on the end. He pointed at because we were wearing Ranger hoodies, and he's like, no, no, no. And my mom's like, oh boy. And I'm like, he's coming for us. And he comes over, but he's real wide. So he went to sit on her lap and do a little shimmy shake, which was also crushing me. So I could not get my phone out. So unfortunately, no video.
So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, this is a full-fledged mascot.
A full-fledged saber-toothed tiger mascot for the Buffalo Sabres.
Giving Lauren's mom a lap dance.
So I look next to me. They're all Sabres fans, and they were very nice. I go, dude, next time this happens, can you record it for me? Because he's like, you got it. I'm on it.
It's a one-time only lap dance at the hockey game. Sorry.
And Sabres fans are so great. We had such a great time. And then Kev spent the weekend. And actually, he had to leave this morning. He had to change his flight.
Yeah.
Because they're getting a tropical storm down on Long Island and hankering down, and he needed to get home.
Yeah.
So we had a great weekend, lots of family time, super fun. It was good to see him, and we have him here today, which is super fun.
It was super fun.
All right, what was your rose? Or do you want to start with a thorn?
No, my rose, I'll go for my rose. So because of the holiday weekend, Anthony's a mail carrier. That means we have 2 days off together because typically he works Saturdays. So we have Sunday and Monday, and fall is my favorite time of the year ever in the whole world other than Christmas. And we're going on fall adventure.
I love it.
So we're going
Yay.
to do a little tour of some farm markets, and we're going to get pumpkins and maybe some apples, and we're going to maybe buy some knickknacks. You never know.
I love it. I love a good knickknack.
And then we might go on a spooky hayride tonight.
Yes. Hey, listen, I got to run 10 miles this afternoon. So if I don't want to die, we may join you on that spooky hayride.
All right. I like this for us.
This might be fun for us. I love it. All right, thorns today. What's your thorn?
My thorn is I was so excited to have a day of rest yesterday. And I was like, I'm going to catch up. All my shows came out, like Chicago Med and Law and Order. So I just binge watched all of them. And nobody warned me that the most recent episode of Law and Order SVU was IVF related. And it involved lots of embryos blowing up in an explosion. No. And when the doctor came on, she said something about I was about to just do a procedure and this woman has been trying for 5 years. Something about it just hit me in my bones, and I was hysterical crying. I had to call Anthony. He had to talk me off a ledge. It was just, I feel like they should put a warning, Morning, if you're going through fertility, this episode might be hard for you. Like, give me a break here.
Right. Help out your watchers.
I guess for me, the hard part was like, how many people, and she said, we finally got viable embryos. And I think it hit me the hardest because we're coming up to on our third and most important egg retrieval where I need to get viable embryos.
Right.
And like, oh, it just like
it struck a chord.
It struck a chord. It was real thorny.
I'm sorry, Rome. That is a super thorn. Yeah. So if you're listening and you haven't watched and you're going through fertility, don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, as you fast forward, I would say like 15 minutes into the episode, you're good, but don't watch the first 15 minutes.
There we go. We always got some advice for you here.
All right. What's your thorn?
Okay. So my thorn is sleep. Rome, I don't know what is going on with me, but my sleep has been insane. I can fall asleep on the couch while we're trying to watch a show. I get into bed, I go right to bed, but every night I'm getting up at like 2 or 3 or 4, and then I can't get back to bed. And it's just really, really catching up to me and really, really frustrating. I tried your melatonin gummies, tried 1, tried 2. I mean, that wasn't doing anything. I'm just feeling so frustrated because we know how important sleep is. And we know already I'm not the best with going to bed at a reasonable hour. But I almost have to now because I'm like so exhausted. I mean, I left work on Friday and I went off the grid.
You did. I was like real worried about you.
I got home. My face was numb. My tongue was numb. I'm like, you know what? My brother was here. We were going to do dinner at mom and dad's. We were having him over to record the podcast. I'm like, I literally will not be able to do this tonight without a nap. So I put my phone down, crawled into bed, took an hour nap, which helped, but I'm just really frustrated. Why is my sleep off? Why am I waking up? Why can't I get back to bed? What is going on? So I'm going to my primary care on Thursday to talk to her about a couple of other things, looking at my thyroid, and she's just so wonderful. So I'm hoping I get some answers or some meds.
Yeah.
I just want to sleep a full and not wake up and it be like the time I'm supposed to be. So.
All right, let's get into it.
I'm so excited. We have a very special guest today.
We do.
My brother, Kevo Harrison, is here.
Kevo.
Hello,
Kevin. Say hi.
Hi. Nice to meet everybody. Happy to be here.
I should say we've always called him Kevin, but then Connor came along and Connor just started calling him Kevo.
It's stuck. I even call you Kevo.
It's like Uncle Kevo. He's Kevo. It's actually quite catchy.
It is kind of catchy.
We love it.
How do you feel about your nickname?
Well, nobody knows about my nickname on Long Island, so it's really just like a upstate bubble thing.
Okay, so this is a surprise
After this
to everyone.
Episode, though, they're going to know about it.
The whole world's going to know now.
Yeah, you're Uncle Kevo. Official. Well, we're so excited to have you here, brother, because
thank you for having me.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. And
kind of our inspiration for a lot of episodes we've done this month, actually.
You really have. You've opened our mind to the holistic doctor and just a different perspective on healing our bodies. And I feel like we're excited to have you here for your perspective because we have been sharing.
Right, but we haven't been through it. So you can actually share what it's like to go through this process.
Exactly. So let's start with, I feel like about 2 years ago, you were starting to feel a shift in your health, right?
Correct. Yes.
And take us through that. You were going through traditional medicine, going to a gastroenterologist. Take us back like 2 years ago. How are you feeling? What was going on? Break it down for our listeners.
Yeah, so I was feeling awful. My stomach was destroyed. I was in the bathroom about 12 times a day.
Yeah.
I work with my best friend, and he literally thought I was hiding in the bathroom, slacking
get out of work?
Yeah, pretending I was sick or something like that. You know, so I could really connect with one of the episodes you guys had on invisible illnesses. Because it literally transpired as that episode came out, and then that's when I found out what I had.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you were walking around, and you appeared to be looking like normal Kevo, but yet
Correct.
your body was battling inside.
I was struggling. I would say, not to be cocky, but I'm tougher than most people, I would say. And every day I pushed myself to get up, and I had to drag myself out of bed, get to work. I was starting to be late to work, which I never was. And like I said, he thought I was literally like
messing
around or just, I was trying to like leave or something like that, the company. And in all reality, that's not what it was.
So you were feeling like digestive distress, but also just like, was it fatigue? Like, break down the symptoms. Like, what were you going through?
So it was like a cloud over my head and consistent tiredness all the time.
Like even if you slept.
Yeah, I would sleep 8 hours. I would make sure I was in bed by 10 o'clock every night. I was trying to do all the right stuff. And I just could not shake that feeling of just being constantly tired all the time.
Yeah.
And my stomach was just rumbling all day long, and it was a disaster. So I started to go to gastro doctors. The first gastro doctor did a colonoscopy, did an endoscopy. The results came back as nothing. Couldn't find anything.
Okay.
So then how does that make you feel, right? Like here you are in this distress and they're like, oh, all your tests are normal, right?
Labs are normal.
Yep. So I'm like, okay, that's great, but I don't want to be diagnosed with something. I just want an answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, from my research, I kind of figured it was parasites because me and Lauren,
we told that
story, got a parasite. So I thought it was still inside of me and it never really died and it came back or something like that. So that's what I kind of brought up to the doctor. And the second I brought that up, he was like, no, it's mostly, have you been out of the country?
Yeah, that's always the question they ask.
The first thing they ask.
You guys didn't go out of the country when you got your parasite. You got it from an Italian restaurant catering.
Right, yes.
And if you do research into parasitic infections, they say 75% of people in America have parasites. That's just a fact. It's not, this is scientifically proven.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know why the doctors haven't got this memo. Maybe because they don't want to.
Because then nobody would have problems. They wouldn't have anybody to fix.
Right.
There you go.
They just want to diagnose you with something and then give you a pill for it.
Right.
So after I saw the first gastro doctor, he kind of got annoyed with me. He was seeing tons of patients. It seemed like he was just one patient in, next patient in, bang, boom, done. And I got a really bad vibe from him. He kind of got angry with me. And I was being very humble and very, like, respectful. Listen, I'm not trying to, like, push you or do anything weird. I just want to know what's wrong with me because I know my body. I'm an athlete. I've been healthy my whole life and now something's wrong. I don't know what it is though. Yeah. Please help me understand. And he kind of just was like, he started scribbling on a notepad. Okay, we'll send you for another test. So then I got another endoscopy, found nothing. So then I just said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go see another doctor. So then somebody recommended me to another doctor, which I was very hopeful for because it was a glowing recommendation. I go to this doctor. Everything seems good. Orders another colonoscopy, another endoscopy.
Oh, my God.
So I get it again. Go for both these tests again.
Jeez.
Then I come back to the doctor after they got the results, thinking they were going to find something.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was just a parasite and I could take ivermectin or something and they would kill it. And that would be it.
I feel like we all kind of thought it was like a parasite situation because that's what you've lived through, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it was just like, maybe it's still in there. Maybe it's, I don't know, running rapid.
Yeah. So after the doctor told me when I went back in for the results, he told me that he thinks he knows what it is. But he doesn't want to tell me just yet. He wants to do a little bit more testing.
Like, I like thoroughness, though. I do appreciate thoroughness.
What about this,
and I appreciated
skeptic, like this, like...
Because you don't want to tell someone something serious if you're like not 100% positive.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought he had an answer.
Right. So you're hopeful. You're hopeful.
And he was a newer doctor. He was a younger guy. I'm like, listen, just shoot me straight, please. Yeah. I want to know what's wrong with me.
Right.
And he's like, I think I figured it out. I really do. And I'm like, just, okay, so tell me, what did you figure out? Yeah, like, what is it? He's like, okay, I think you have IBS.
Oh, geez, stop it. Not the IBS.
Okay, this is a trigger for room because
I had to calm myself down because my blood started to boil and I wanted to jump across the room and just start strangling him. And I was so angry and I'm like, He's like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. I just, like I told you before, I know my body very well, and I know something's not right, and IBS is not what it is. I know I have IBS, obviously. It's common sense that I have IBS.
Right.
So that's not what's wrong
but
with
there's
me.
more
There's
going
an underlying issue going on here, and I want to know what it is.
I love how he acted like this was some grand reveal.
And I want to let you know, suspense music, you have IBS. Like, what?
And then, so now what's going through my head at that point, I have to take off more time from work, go to another gastro, which would be the third gastro doctor I was going to go to. And I can't do that. And I'm just so frustrated at this point that I'm just like, you know what? He's like, we need to do another endoscopy, and then we'll go from there. And I'm like, okay, I don't really want that. So I'll be in touch, basically. And I kind of just walked out of the room. They actually billed my insurance for another endoscopy, even though I didn't get it done.
What?
Well,
So
there you
it's a little bit of medical fraud there.
There you go. Welcome
I won't
to
mention any names yet,
Oh
but
my God.
I'm coming for you, Doc.
Watch out. Kevo means business.
I do. And he's going to get what's coming.
There you go. Well, and think about just the fact that, like, you not only are you just getting a second opinion and this IBS kind of diagnosis, but you're still not well. And then you're going through everyday life. You're showing up for work. You're home. You're with Michelle. You're with the kids. You're doing all this stuff, and you don't feel well.
And even Michelle, you know, she, at a certain point, it became like enough already about, like, you're complaining enough. Like, she even thought like I'm exaggerating everything at that point for sympathy or something like that, because she did have members of her family that, you know, kind of did that in the past.
Right.
And we, you know, we've all known people that have, you know, done that for
100%.
sympathy. You know, that's a thing that people do. But meanwhile, the whole time I know that, again, I know my body and I know something's wrong. So I'm just so crazy frustrated at this point.
Right.
So I kind of just took a break from doctors. I was trying to figure out my next step, and I got recommended to see a wellness doctor.
Yeah. Okay. So who recommended this? What led you down this path?
Kirk actually recommended him. He went there, like, I would say, like 7 years ago, and
Kirk's your business partner,
yes,
right?
Yeah. So,
Kirk.
Yes.
Known him since he was a small child.
Yes.
On his BMX bike, riding around BMX.
Yes,
is that what they were
caused a lot of chaos back in the day.
So childhood friends. You guys have been friends for a long time.
Yes.
So he went to this wellness doctor years ago. Okay.
Correct. So I meet the wellness doctor, and basically he's on the same page as me with everything. Everything that I research online, he knows about. He knows what's going on. He's all about parasites is absolutely a possible thing. Yep. I don't know why doctors tell people if you've been out of the country, that's not a real thing. Yep. Everybody can have parasites. Yep. So I said, listen, I don't know if it's a parasite. I don't know what it is. I want you to figure it out. And that's when he started talking and explaining to me, you know, we're going to test your blood for everything. We're going to look at every level of everything and see what's going on. Yeah. It could be mineral deficiency. It could be vitamin deficiency. It could be a ton of things. So before we get started, we want to test your blood. He went over the program with me, which was very expensive. Yeah. And insurance doesn't cover that.
No, of course not.
Because it's actual real medicine and not the Rockefeller medicine system that they try to shove down our throats, give us a magic pill that ends up giving us cancer and whatever else.
Or you take a pill and then you're getting a side effect from that pill, and then you take another pill, and then you take another pill. That's like the story of my life. But
pill to pill to pill.
So talk to us about the financial burden of it all. So you're doing this, but how much money are you having to come up with just to go and get in? Can you give our listeners an idea?
Just to set up with this program was $2,000.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Which I financed it, and I make a payment every month.
Right.
That's nice that he had that option.
Yes,
for you.
It was a very great option. But on top of that, every time I go to see him, I have to pay the loan, and then I have to pay to see him $100 every time I go, plus the supplements. Right. Which end up being between $200 and $400 every time I go out of pocket.
Was the blood work a separate charge, or was that included in the $2,000?
That was included. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he tested I would say 60 vials of blood he took.
In one sitting?
Amounts. Yeah,
in one
literally.
Sitting?
insane amounts of blood.
I've talked about how frustrating it is. Like, I want to get my thyroid antibodies tested, and I've asked 7 different doctors, and they've all said no. And they're like, you need to see this doctor, and that doctor can't see me till January. Meantime, I got a problem with my thyroid. It's like, I would be grateful for someone who's like, let's run every test.
Right, because run every test to see what's going on. You need to look at the whole picture, right? You need to look at the whole picture. So you're paying this, which is like, it's crazy to think this is our body and this is our health, this is our well-being, and
they put us off for months to wait for an appointment.
To wait for all of this, to go through all this. Okay, so but you pay the money, you get in, you see him, and he's running all of these tests. Okay, and how did you feel? Talk to us about like when you went there and you saw him. How was that experience?
The first time I met him, I felt finally I've met a doctor who went back to school to learn all this stuff, and he had a teacher that taught him, all this stuff.
All right, and you felt good.
Yes.
Because you talked about the other doctors, kind of just you felt like it was like back to back, rushed. Did this guy like give you time?
He spent about an hour with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and he really was very thorough. He was just a regular guy talking to me like a person, not just trying to get me in and out of the room.
Right.
It wasn't that experience. It was a very great experience meeting this guy and all the information he was explaining to me.
You felt heard. Yeah. I feel like the difference of when I talked to you after you met with him versus all the other times, you just seemed different. Your energy seemed different. Your response seemed different because you felt heard. And
Absolutely.
He took the time to sit with you and talk with you. And you weren't just yet another patient to check off, yet another dollar sign, right?
That almost becomes a traumatic thing that you've been through. It's a trauma thing. And then you're like, the next doctor you go to, that's even more trauma that's building on it because you know something is wrong and nobody's listening to you.
And I'm frustrated at this point as well.
Like, and then you're getting angry. Which is natural.
I don't want to be diagnosed with something. I just want to know what's wrong.
You want the answer.
Because I know something's going on.
Right.
So he tests all the blood. I come back for the results and he puts all the levels on the table and he's showing me all the levels of all my blood, what I'm deficient in. Vitamin D, your levels are super low in vitamin D. Vitamin C, all your levels are low with vitamin C. Magnesium, everything. Yeah. So he's going on and he's like, also, I'm just going to straight up tell you, you have Crohn's disease and you also have Hashimoto's disease.
Holy cow, we could tell all that from blood work?
And I'm like, and he's like, he flips the book around. He's like, you see this level? This level should be over here, not down here. Yeah. This is a telltale sign for Crohn's disease. Every doctor, if they look at these numbers, will tell you have Crohn's disease. Hashimoto's disease, these levels, your thyroid's all off, the hormones are all off. Yeah. This is why I know you have Hashimoto's. And he's very thorough and confident in what he's saying, and he's making sense. He's giving me the numbers of the blood and showing me exactly where it's supposed to be.
And let's just talk about it for the fact that he just looked at your blood work. Yet you had doctors up your butthole, down your throat.
How many times?
Doing your endoscopy, colonoscopy. Yet everyone's like, you're fine. Because when you have those types of tests, if the camera doesn't get up into your colon far enough to see what's going on or whatever's happening, these tests are not perfect, right? But yet you have this blood work and it's showing that you have Crohn's and Hashimoto's. Those are two
that's
serious
the question.
Things.
Why aren't these regular doctors testing
with this blood work, basic blood work?
Just blood work. They could have figured it out. That's all about money. The medical system is broken.
Right now, massively broken.
And if you think about it, how, in terms of just financial, like just money-wise, blood work versus a colonoscopy, right? What is the difference? We're obviously going to want to,
What about a double whammy colonoscopy endoscopy? That's a lot of money there.
Yeah, that's like the double espresso situation.
Let's just jam cameras in your mouth and in your ass and just see what happens. Hopefully we'll see something.
And if we don't, we'll tell you you're fine. But guess what? If we just ran some basic blood work, not basic, I shouldn't say basic. It was thorough and extensive, but blood work that could really just help you connect the dots and figure out what's going on to give you answers. And you finally have answers. But with answers, you have, and I know how that feels, you have answers and it feels good because you know what's going on. But at the same point, now you're navigating, okay, I have Crohn's disease, right? Yeah. I have Hashimoto's.
How'd you feel when he said that to you?
I felt a little nervous because I didn't think it was going to be that at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was going to be a simple fix.
Yeah.
And like I said from the beginning, I wasn't looking to be diagnosed with a disease.
Right.
I was looking just for an answer to a situation that I thought was going to be more simple than that. So I was a little bit in shock at first when he explained that to me. And I kind of was like, okay, at least I have answers now. And now I have a game plan on how to proceed. Because after he explained that to me, he said, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to start you off. Okay. I'm going to start you off with this. I'm going to do this after that. Then we're going to test your blood again to make sure that you're
like
absorbing the minerals properly and you're starting to feel better. So I leave the doctor's office and I feel amazing now because now I have answers to what's going on. So now I know how to attack the problem and go after it. So I start the supplements and the minerals, CoQ10, magnesium.
Oh, I'm taking all those things.
I could keep going on. I'm on like 27 different minerals and supplements and
And this is stuff you can get over the counter, or does he have to, like, do you get it from him? Where are you getting this stuff from?
So, all the stuff is sold from him, but if you want, you can go online and order it anywhere.
Yeah, right.
It's more of following his advice and his program on when to take it.
Right, when to take it, how much to take.
Right, so first he wanted to balance my hormone levels before we attack the underlying Crohn's disease or parasitic infection, because he said it could also be that as well. There's no telling with parasites. There's no like exact test besides the stool test, which again, 90% of the time, it's very hard to find parasites in a stool test.
Right, because if you think about it, you and I both had the same parasite at the same time, and my test showed that we had cryptospidoria. I say we because we did. I had it, and then you had the same stool test. Yours said you did not, but our symptoms were identical. We were both literally dying.
Right, so you had a positive, I had a negative.
Right.
But common sense would say we felt the same way. We weren't even in the same city. We were 8 hours apart.
We were.
And we both had the same symptoms. So obviously we had the same thing.
Right. And we did share
the same weekend,
from one event. One weekend where we were together at the same time. But when I think about it, when you really think about it, it's crazy that you were, because you ended up going on a medicine that I was on, right? You asked for that antibiotic that I was on during that parasite situation. And if you were just told you don't have that parasite, you would have never actively sought out that antibiotic if you didn't know.
I would have never known.
Right, because you're like, well, my sister has it and we have the same exact symptoms and it started
I would have went to the emergency room.
Right. You thought, right. So,
and then they would have just continued the gem cameras in my holes and figure out absolutely nothing.
Nothing like a camera up the hole.
Yeah, it's great. It gets really fun after a while,
And it's, you know what, it's not even about, you know what, the cameras up the holes were out for it. It's the prep before it.
It's the prep.
Right?
Well, you're knocked out the whole time, so it's...
But I mean, for the colonoscopy, you got to clean it out. So that I feel like...
That's the worst part.
I blacked that out of my memory, actually.
That's why he's like, wait, what are you talking about?
That drink that you have to do.
That's awful.
My God. And I wanted to make sure that they could find everything, so I drank that whole thing. Most people don't actually finish the whole thing. They told me after I got there. I'm like, well, I chugged the whole thing in like 20 minutes. They're like, oh, wow, most people don't do that. And I'm like, oh, thanks for telling me. But I wanted results.
So
I'm going to do whatever it takes to find out what's wrong.
Yeah, yeah, you're determined.
Again, found nothing because the camera can only go so far. And parasites live in an area most of the time where they cannot find them.
Yeah. Right.
So they're not going to see anything with that.
Or like dark crevices.
So creepy dark crevices in the night.
Okay, so you start on all these supplements. And you're taking all of them. And then how long did you have to take them before you went back for like more blood work?
So I started off with like 20 different supplements and minerals. And then I go back and then he gives me the clove oil, the oregano oil, the probiotics to start working on my stomach.
Right.
Then he tested my blood again and he's seeing the levels come back to where they're supposed to be. And as this is happening, this cloud is lifting from my brain and I'm functioning higher. I'm thinking quicker. Yeah. I'm doing better at work. I'm showing up on time again. I'm starting to feel like myself again.
Are you in the bathroom as much?
So I went from 12 to 15 times per day to 3 times per day. So
there you go. That is
making progress,
like your
maybe
sister.
4 times per day. But
I don't think we're related at all.
it's known at my job. That's my second
Right.
office.
Yes.
I literally have my phone out. They'll knock on the door and be like, call this person.
I'm working.
Call this technician. Do this, do that. So I'm working on the toilet, literally.
Because
it's not a joke.
what other choice do you have, right? Like when you are not well and you have to go, you've got to work it out while you're working.
And then finally, everybody understands now to a certain extent, okay, he actually really does have something.
Right.
More
Crohn?
than something.
Well,
Two
because
different.
you say Crohn's and it's like, oh,
And
man.
then you're like, shit.
So then everyone started to be like, oh, wow, I know people that have Crohn's and they miss work for weeks on end. They don't
right.
show up to work when they have Crohn's.
Right, and you're
I've been
showing
working
up
through all
battling,
this.
literally
fighting
battling
this thing.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a man and that's what men are supposed to do, right? We power through things.
Right.
And, it was, sad to know that you have something, but knowing what it is and finally going after it felt so good to know that I can treat this and go after it the real way without the medicine that they want to prescribe you for Crohn's disease. Skyrizi, I think it is.
Yeah,
The side effects may be cancer, maybe liver disease, maybe
and half the
sudden
time,
death.
it doesn't work. A lot of people I know take it. It doesn't work for them.
But I feel like
they get super tired. They start losing a lot of weight, which with Crohn's disease, regardless, you lose weight anyway because you don't eat as much because you don't want to eat as much anymore as well because you just have to go to the bathroom more and more.
Right.
Did he make you change your diet?
Yeah, so that was the big thing.
All right, let's talk about your diet and cheese.
Oh my God.
Did you have to give up cheese?
So I started asking questions. I'm like, so what's up with
We
cereal?
love cheese.
And he's like, that's the worst thing in the world. Cereal. He's like, don't get me wrong. Me, myself, I love Frosted Flakes. That's my favorite cereal in the world. And I'm like, me
Fruity
too.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
Like Fruity Pebbles.
What about Fruity Pebbles?
Oh, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms. I love it all. But he's started to explain to me all the red dyes, blue 32, the red 45, all these things are terrible for you. So we're taught, the food pyramid in school and, cereal for breakfast and grilled cheese for lunch and more garbage for dinner. Yeah. And it's just, he really just started making a lot of sense to me. And as I'm feeling better, which is not the placebo effect because I know my body again and I know I'm feeling better. If the regular doctor started fixing me, I would have been like, this guy's great. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But it ended up being the wellness doctor and all the stuff I happen to believe in as well. And it literally is working. And I still feel it right now. Usually I'd be groggy right now and tired. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's starting to get late. I still have energy.
Yeah.
I have all this. I feel like I'm 20 years old again. I'm still, don't get me wrong. I have days that are bad. But
you always will.
I'm starting to feel so much better. It's incredible. And I'm still only 3 months into it.
Wow.
Or maybe 3.5 months. I haven't been counting the days, but.
And you look better. Like, not,
I mean, this is like the healthiest I've seen you look in a long time.
Let's be real. You were packing on the pounds for a bit there, Kevo. You were definitely, I've never seen you that large because we are, I think.
Of course you call your brother out.
I'm sorry, Kevo, but it's Kevo, so I could say it, but I did. You were definitely.
238 at my heaviest.
And
then now
what are you now?
165.
Right. This is the Kevo I know. Like because, and if you think about it, your body is finally functioning and firing in a better state, right? And when that happens, it shows and you vibrate at that level, and it's, you look healthy and you look good. So
thank you. I appreciate that, sister.
There you go, brother. Then when you were packing the pounds, I'm like, wow, Kevin's getting it.
Well, that's when I started fasting.
That's
also, I lost a lot of weight just from fasting. And then as the symptoms started getting worse, I didn't know what to do anymore at that point.
Right.
So I'm fasting.
Was
I'm trying everything at this point to try to make myself feel better. And I read this book, The Warrior Diet, and how this Israeli Special Forces guy, explained that hunter and gatherers back in the day used to just eat one meal a day. And it made a lot of sense. when you read the book. It literally adds up. Humans really should not be eating 3 meals a day. And that's why America is
obese,
literally. So.
And you'll grasp onto anything when you want to feel better. Like I remember when I was at my sickest, I was like latching onto this. I'll latch onto this. Let me latch onto this. Like I tried everything. And
whatever it takes.
All the things I was trying were the worst things for me because I was latching onto the wrong things, and then I was getting sicker. And then when I never saw a wellness doctor, but I knew I had to get healthy to go through fertility stuff. So I started taking like half the supplements you're on. And that's when I started to see food as like fuel
or medicine.
Like medicine, and it's going to heal me. And then I stopped eating like rice, bread, mashed potatoes, and I focused on healthy things, protein, like
right.
And I feel like a different person. I feel everything you're saying to my core because it's crazy what the right supplements and the right diet can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's really incredible the difference from these supplements and minerals, and we're supposed to get this from food, right? We shouldn't be having to take all these things, but they've literally taken out all this stuff out of our food supply.
Yeah, right.
So we have to get it elsewhere.
Yeah, and
at this point.
Right. I feel like when we had Danny on, she talked about seasonal eating, like eating the things that are in season at the time because they're the most rich in nutrients at that time, you know. But in America, it's like, well, I want a butternut squash in, I don't know, just January. And that's not when they're in season, but you can get them in the store. They don't have any nutrients in them. Or they have some, but not as many as when they're in season like now.
Right.
And then you start reading the labels on the back of food and you're like looking what's inside of it. And you're like, why is aluminum in my mashed potatoes? Like, how does that make any sense? Why are these random things in these food products?
We went to Canada for our anniversary and we were dying over the food labels because we're like, ketchup, 3 ingredients, Coke, 2 ingredients. I'm like, what the heck? And everything tasted like really good. I'm like, why is the ketchup better in Canada?
Even the cereal in Canada, the Lucky Charms doesn't have, they have natural food coloring there. They don't have the red dyes and the blue dyes and the yellow dyes. They don't have that in Canada.
So many dyes.
I mean, I think they're going to start eliminating especially some of the dyes, which is a good thing. It's healthy for everybody. I mean, the dyes, it's crazy how unhealthy they are for you. But I think, like, why can't we do that? Why can't we make ketchup out of 3 ingredients?
Because they don't want us healthy. They want us sick.
Right.
And they want us to keep coming back and going to the hospital and going to the doctor.
I also think we've prioritized, like, I feel like when I was a kid, we did sports and we did all that stuff. But, like, I remember life was a little bit slower. Like, we still had time to come home and play and sit down and have a family dinner. But now it's like, go, go, go. We only have time to run to McDonald's real quick for dinner. And, like, you want something that has a really long shelf life because you don't have enough time to go to the store. Like,
or enough time to cook dinner. Like, I'm literally living that life right now. It is hard. Like, you are working all day and then you've got sports at night and you have a certain amount of window to cook your dinner, to make your food and whatever else. And what's easier, throwing chicken nuggets in the air fryer or cooking a healthy meal?
So back to, not to interrupt you, but back to the healthy meal places. On Long Island, they have them everywhere. You go to this, they have Healthy Meals Direct. They have another place called Hummus Fit, so on and so on. And they're prepackaged meals. They were originally designed for bodybuilders, but now they start to do it for people like us that
we have a couple places like that here.
These illnesses.
Right.
So I started just eating these healthy meals that were prepackaged because it was quick and easy, but it was also healthy and cooked by people who believed in the same beliefs.
That
had the same beliefs that we do.
Right.
And I started to notice the difference from the eating and the supplements. I was actually getting real minerals and vitamins from this good food. Even though it was prepackaged, it was done by a small company.
Right. It's still home cooked.
Right. It's home cooked meals just done in more
in a batch.
In an industrial kitchen, but it's like not processed.
Right. So like turkey meatball or chicken meatballs with sweet potato fries.
Yeah, that sounds good, actually.
It's delicious. It's actually amazing. I love it. I want to actually send some to you because it's so good. But
Is it gluten-free?
They are, yeah. They're gluten-free too, yeah.
There you go. And I mean, so Kevo and we did share a gluten-free meal in Buffalo yesterday.
Yes, it was so delicious. Yeah,
so
definitely.
So here's the thing.
Buffalo makes amazing pizza. Oh my God.
Life-changing.
New York
honestly.
City, forget about it.
Guys.
Buffalo, that's where the pizza's at.
There was just a really big miscommunication. So let's just do a sidebar. We went to the Rangers Sabres hockey game in Buffalo yesterday, and we may have decided to go to a pizza place prior that did gluten-free, safe for Connor and I. And they homemade their gluten-free bread there. Mm-hmm. So you have to chew it for like at least a minute before you can swallow it.
It's no Livingston County pizza.
It is not. And you know what? I love them for their heart.
Explain the white pizza thing real quick. Just go quick into that.
I'll go quick into this. So Connor orders his pizza. Kev's eating gluten-free. I'm like, let's get a white pizza. So we look at her. I did not even look at the menu to see their white pizza situation. We're like, we'll get a white pizza.
It says white.
It says white pizza.
White pie.
You're Italian. When you hear white pizza, what's on a white pizza?
Typically like a garlic olive oil sauce and like mozzarella cheese, maybe some seasonings on top.
How about a little ricotta?
Yeah, sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen it different ways.
So coming from Long Island, regatta is the main
thing on
a white slice. Extreme amounts of regatta and mozzarella on top.
Yeah.
We don't do oils or any of that. It's just regatta cheese, maybe a little bit of oil, but regatta cheese and mozzarella.
I'm just saying there's usually like a sauce, kind of.
Some type of like garlic oil situation.
Not so much. It's more about the regatta and the mozzarella.
Yes. Okay, so we order a white pizza. You know what comes?
What?
This white situation. There's a pile of like.
It was onions and tomatoes and pickles. Not pickles, but
I thought you were going to say it was blue cheese on it. I was going to lose my mind.
No, there was no blue cheese on it, but it was definitely like a very garden situation.
So it wasn't a white pizza. It was a veggie pizza.
It was basically a veggie pizza with like white cheese.
So she puts it down on a table, and me and Lauren look at each other. Then we look at her, and we're just confused. And I'm like, wait. This is white pizza? And she's like, yeah, this is a white. And I'm like, no, it's not. This is not white pizza.
Right. So I'm going to tell you, because I've lived here for a long time, the reason they're calling it a white pizza is because it doesn't have any red sauce on it. And that's the only reason.
Right. So they're not doing it like Long Island doesn't do it that way.
No clue about this.
I only know this because I live here, and this is the weird ways of upstate New Yorker, Western New Yorkers.
I mean, I did live here for 4 years, but
you did.
It's been a while since I've been back. I guess I've been away for 5 years now from the area. So,
but still, like I order a white 2 Tontonis and a Rondaquate. Dynamite. They make the best. You say, I want a white pizza, they're going to give you a white pizza. It is exactly what you, I feel like I want to order it tomorrow just for you to taste it because it's so good. But you say you want a white, they give it to you. And that's what I honestly thought we were getting in Buffalo, but we got a very creative situation.
So anyway, they send it back. We send it back, obviously, because that's not a white pie. And then they bring back something even more unique, which was just bread and mozzarella cheese sprinkled on top of the bread.
So we're like, chewing, like really chewing, and it's just like dry.
And we specifically told her to put white regatta cheese and mozzarella cheese and oil and whatever else you said.
It was just really, really bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was really bad.
But they were very nice, though.
They were so wonderful. They were so nice. They were so accommodating. They were not picking up what we were putting out. And we just, in that moment, you're like, they're not getting what we're saying. We're not going to move forward.
Communication problem.
But when we think about it, here you are, you're eating gluten-free. You wanted to eat gluten-free. Why were you on the gluten-free bandwagon with Connor and I?
Because I know it's the right way to go. It's just healthier for you. It's just the more you research it and look into it, it's common sense. Gluten-free is the way to go. They've changed wheat over the years, and it's not what it used to be.
It's processed.
The sourdough back in the day was different, and it was actually good for you. And now they have all these chemicals in it and all this other BS, gluten.
So it's make the shelf life longer.
Right. Yeah.
I know what? I think I'm going to get on the sourdough bandwagon. I'm going to get a sourdough starter going.
Okay, let's just talk about sour for a second. Guess what Sean did 2 nights ago?
Is he baking bread now?
He made homemade gluten-free bagels. Oh, Kevo, let's go home after this and I'm going to toast one for you.
Nice.
And the reason I say this is because it had a bit of a sour situation to it. He put Greek yogurt in whatever the mix was, and it was really, really delicious. It was really, really good.
Right, look at Sean.
And I don't know what was going on, but he dirtied my kitchen so bad, and I was so annoyed about it. I'm like, I look over, I just mopped the floors and cleaned the kitchen. He's over there with this whole flour situation. I go, I'm going upstairs and you need to mop the floors and like clean this whole situation when you're done. But the bagels were really good. Connor didn't like them. He made me think about it is because you just said sour, but he thought they were a bit sour. Connor did. Yeah. I like them. Kevo, we'll see what you think. They're gluten-free, homemade.
I mean, when you say sourdough, it doesn't mean it tastes sour. It's just what they call it. I don't usually taste the sourness. I don't know.
This has like a soury.
Because of the yogurt.
The yogurt, yes. That's what made me think about it. So...
Well, I've had sourdough bread and it didn't taste anything sour or anything like that.
Well,
you tell a kid sour and they're just automatically like, so it's going to taste sour.
Right, exactly.
Sourdough bread is the easiest to digest, technically.
Mm-hmm. Along with butter lettuce.
Along with butter lettuce, yes. Butter lettuce is easy to
butter
digest.
Lettuce.
We're always about what we can digest in an easy way. Because I'll be honest, listening to everything you're saying you're doing, Kevo, and listening to what you're doing, Rome, you guys are doing really healthy choices. Guess who's not doing healthy choices?
You eat too many Ruffles.
I eat too many bags of Ruffles.
Anthony thought of you when he got the Christmas ornament catalog and saw a Ruffles ornament. He's like, we should get this for Lauren.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's how bad your habit is.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, and I've said it before, even when we were
At least you weaned off the mints.
I did. I did have an addiction to Lifesaver wintergreen mints. I did quit those, and I do feel really proud of myself for that. But I do feel as if it is really easy to go to the processed foods, to go to the bag of chips, to go to whatever's easy in the air fryer at night. But I also know better, listening to both of you and seeing both of you and how you're both thriving. And I know I can do better. So I have to make better choices, but I'm also like a mom just trying to do my best and get through the day and get through working and get through.
The healthy meal direct thing.
Yes.
There's all different companies that do it. They'll ship it to your house.
Exactly. There are options, and I just need to make a better choice because I know I can feel better. Because today, for example, I literally went off the grid because I needed to take a nap between work and this evening because I was so exhausted. But I'm also not fueling my body in a way that is going to help me survive the day, you know?
But some of the recipes, I've found ways to make it quick and easy. Like if you are on our email list, the recipe we included with last week's email is packed with protein. It's super healthy for you. And we make it every Sunday, cut it up in 6 portions. Anthony has it for breakfast every morning and it fuels him. He's a mail carrier. He's walking 20 miles a day. Like he needs that. It takes 2 minutes to put together and then pop it in the oven for 40 minutes. Right. You know, there are ways to do healthy things fast and easy. It doesn't need to be a huge process.
Right. And that's the thing. Knowledge is power. Like once you understand how to do it and realize it is going to be easy and you make it a priority. It's making you, your health a priority.
Yes. I used to see that on Classroom in grade school. Knowledge is power. And I used to always think about that and just not know anything and just be like, it's just a slogan. Now I truly understand knowledge truly is power. It really is. The more you know.
JFK Elementary School really was inspiring us back then.
It did, yeah.
It's true, but it's true. You're right. Knowledge is power because when you have that knowledge, you can make different decisions that are going to impact you.
Feeling better is power because you just want to keep going because you feel good.
And my stomach, that's the other thing.
Let's talk about it.
I had constant stomach pain all the time. It is completely gone. Like even right now, I don't have any stomach pain at all. It's incredible.
Bloating?
It's literally incredible.
How about bloating? Any
bloating? Gone.
Wow.
It's insane. It really blows my mind. And the fact that it's like the government won't fund these wellness doctors. Meanwhile, this guy has a doctorate. Has the highest medical degree, went back to school. But because he's technically a chiropractor and a doctor too, they won't fund him and won't let insurance cover it for some insane reason.
Really
I hope
broken.
we move in that direction someday because, man, I would love to see a doctor like this.
Right, because it's, the thing is
slowly but surely.
I hope so.
Financially, so you want, let's say you're listening right now and you want to make these moves and you want to go to a holistic doctor, but financially you legit can't afford it, right?
I mean, it is Kevin's doctor had a finance option, which is great. If you could find someone with that, that's amazing.
Right.
Luckily, I was in a situation where I was able to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally hitting me a little hard right now because now it's starting to add up and my bank account's not where it was.
Yeah,
but health is my main priority, right? If you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
So the health comes
absolutely.
first.
Right.
You can't make any decisions until you're healthy. So that was my main goal. In my mind, I don't care how much it's going to cost. I am going to get back my health at all costs.
Yes. I feel like that is the message for this episode. Like,
Yes.
that is such an important message.
Absolutely.
Your health should be your top priority.
Always, always. And what you do and what you put in your mouth is so important. And Kev, you're an example of it. You look so healthy. You look so good. And
Thank
you're
you.
thriving.
I appreciate that.
Kevo.
So it's safe to say you're sticking with this doctor.
Oh, absolutely. I have to go back this coming week, and it's a good experience going back because now I know I'm feeling better, and I'm literally like explaining to this guy like I can't believe this. Like I'm literally like my brain is like exploding. Like I can't believe I'm finally feeling better, and I have a game plan, and I'm just so happy that I finally found the right doctor.
And you felt, and what does it come down to? You finally found someone who is listening to you and you feel heard, right?
Yes.
That's what it's about.
That's literally
That's what it's about,
exactly what it is. And he's on the same page as all the, the stuff people consider conspiracy, like parasites. Oh, that's just another conspiracy. It's not.
No,
it's not a conspiracy.
You guys are living proof. It's
Oh my God, it's not a conspiracy. Come back to me. And what year was that?
Especially if you have dogs or cats. They say if you have a dog or a cat, you're almost 100% fact that you have a parasite.
Yeah, because Kenzie licks me in the mouth all the time.
I have a friend, and I don't
Right
remember.
after
He
they
really
eat
does.
some poo off the sidewalk.
I have a friend, and I don't know the full story, but she did a parasite cleanse, and it was like you had to eat certain foods and take certain medicines and drink certain drinks. And this is so gross, but we talk about gross things on this podcast all the time. She's like, I pooped out a worm last night.
Oh, I could keep going. I could show. Too bad this is not visual because I could pull some pictures, but I literally, in one of my stool samples, I put one of the worms in the thing and it still came back negative. I mean, how much further can you go?
Wait. You literally gave a poop sample that had a squirming worm in it.
It looked like a ground worm, basically.
But they were like, nope, no parasite. But you literally, with your visual eye, saw it.
I took a picture with my Google phone and it identified it and it said exactly what type of parasite it was.
Oh my God.
So that just shows you that sometimes these tests we get done are not perfect and are not going to catch everything because, it's
and they, for some reason, it's almost like they don't want to bring that up and talk about it like it's a thing. And I will never for the life of me understand that. Well, actually, I do understand it, but
you know what? I think
that's another conversation for another day, probably.
That is. But I think the bottom line is what we want our listeners to know is that if you're not feeling heard, right? If you're going to these doctors and you're in the same position as Kev, like, what do you do?
This might be worth it.
What do you do? This might be worth it. This might be worth it to go and check out a holistic doctor or a different avenue because you know what? Your gut is always right. You felt like you were not feeling heard and you knew something was wrong, but everybody was telling you you were normal and you were healthy and your tests were coming back right. But bottom line is you know yourself, so you have to trust your gut. Yeah. Always.
You found a way to sneak it in.
Always find a way to sneak it in.
We all know our body and we all know when we feel good and we don't.
Oh,
well, thanks for sharing this with our listeners. I think we talked about it, but it's nice to hear from someone who's been through the process what it was like. Because we said you might feel heard, and you just said you will feel heard, and so I think it'll be nice for them to hear this from your perspective.
Yeah,
and people all around me finally understand.
Yeah,
they finally get it, and now
you don't
they think
feel
of
invisible
me as
anymore.
Exactly. They look at me as a tougher person that I went through all this, still showing up to work every day, still doing everything.
With Crohn's disease and Hashimoto's.
Disease.
Like, we didn't even really touch on the Hashimoto's. Like, right? Like, it is, you were showing up and...
Yeah. My levels were all off.
Right.
Now they're on course to be corrected.
This is amazing.
It's showing.
I'm so happy for you, Kevo. Well, this was so fun having you on.
Yeah.
And having you here in person with us.
Yeah, this was fun.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, and we hope your story just inspires others and just continues to bring awareness to what is out there and the options that you do have, because they are out there.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Love you, Kevo.
Room and lore.
So, if you've been enjoying the podcast, the best way you can support us is by leaving a 5-star rating and a written review wherever you listen to your podcast. That really is the only way we can reach more people, grow the show, and keep having these important conversations.
Yes. So go to our show notes or social media to sign up for our email list. It is the best way to keep up with everything we've been up to. Episode drops, avoid getting lost in the ever-changing social media algorithm, and you can follow us at I've Got Guts Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.
And you can email us anytime at I've Got Guts Podcast at gmail.com.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.